Good morning, everyone. I was thinking of calling this fireside chat, but somebody already used that. Once again, have a shout out to our retired Vincentians in Perryville, Missouri, especially those who are in need of some healing. And also, we continue to pray for friends of the mission who are in need of God's special healing power. We remember Brian and Clarence and Leonard and Stan and Louise, Orstein and Pat. We're praying God brings you healing soon. So my reflection is around the word surprise. I watched, I'm sure like you, everybody knows about March Madness, and it ain't about Lent, but March Madness is about basketball. And you can't turn on a TV or listen to radio without hearing people talk about the games. And last week, it was a week of surprises. Now, they call them upsets. And for me, it's just a surprise. Something you don't expect. In a lot of the games, I'd say most people didn't expect the outcome. So my reflection is on that. Stuff you don't expect or surprises that happen in life. I was reading a story about a kid just got his driver's license, and it's just like his first week with his father's car. And wouldn't you know, after a week, he comes home and the car is totaled. And his dad said, "What happened?" He said, "I hit a pedestrian." And the dad said, "The pedestrian caused all that damage?" Oh, the pedestrian was on the bus. Now that's a surprise to the dad and something he didn't expect. But my thinking during March Madness, which is Lent for us, I'm thinking about how God surprised people. He was constantly doing stuff nobody expected. Whether it was working a miracle or just saying to somebody, "What do you need?" Which came as a surprise. He affected so many people that I recall, what happened to him that was in the gospel for Monday, was how people just wanted to kill him, stone him, run him out of town, get him out of here. And he slipped away where they couldn't kill him. And I thought, how often in life we could do surprises, do stuff that people don't expect. Give up your line when you're waiting to check out at a grocery store. Don't take the closest parking spot when somebody's behind you. The expectation of people, is never that you're going to go out of your way to be good. So I think in responding to what I see Jesus, what he went away during his Lent to get ready for, he was going to suffer and die on a cross. His disciples never understood that. They didn't expect that. But what a great surprise, because it brought about salvation and resurrection. And so that's my thought. Surprise people. Do stuff that nobody would ever expect. And let them start talking about all the good you did. In Kansas, to do a mission with my brother, we continue to be fortunate to do missions during Lent, and we have a lot of them. So while I'm with him, I invite him to share some of his thoughts. When my brother mentioned the word surprise, this is terrible to say, but all I ever think about when I hear that word surprise is when Gomer Pyle used to yell at "Surprise, surprise, surprise." But the thought is terrific. Perhaps the one thing that I would share with you is that wouldn't it be wonderful if we could surprise ourselves? I could surprise myself by doing something that I never thought I could do. And especially during Lent. We tend to want to do something special during Lent. And I used to think I could surprise God, but he knows what I'm going to do or what I'm not going to do. So, but I could surprise myself. Let me give you a couple examples. There are times when I thought I could never listen to this person because I just can't agree with him and I don't like him. And to spend some time listening to that person, that would surprise me. Or patience, not only with driving and trying to be patient with other drivers, but just to be able to do something that I never thought I could possibly do to the extent that I am able to do it. And that does surprise me. In our world today, we have there's so much to be concerned about, so much to pray for. And maybe, a surprise would be to share something with someone that we don't normally want to share with, or to get serious with someone we don't want to get serious with, or perhaps what would really be a surprise, probably to ourselves, or to me, is to forgive someone that you never thought you could ever forgive. Man, that would be a great surprise, wouldn't it? Especially during this Lenten season. And Lent is a special time to focus and think about what Jesus did for us. And I'm sure there might have been times in his life when he surprised himself, when he had to deal with people who were out to get him, or people who didn't understand, or people who didn't get it. And he was able to deal with that. I bet you that there were times when that surprised himself. Anyway, as we focus on that word surprise, whether we surprise ourselves or do something that would surprise others, or surprising God. And anyway, as we continue our Lenten journey, we surely are focused on prayer. And we always conclude our video with the special prayer of St. John Gabriel Parabor. It's the Vincentian mission prayer, but it's a miracle prayer too. And we say it because there are a lot of people looking for miracles, including ourselves. So please join me as I say this prayer. Divine Savior, transform me into yourself. May my hands be your hands, and may my tongue be your tongue. Grant that every faculty of my body may serve only to glorify you. Above all, transform my soul and all its powers, that my memory, my will, and my affections may be the memory, the will, and the affections of you. I pray you to destroy in me all that is not of you. Grant that I may live but in you, and by you, and for you, and that I may truly say with St. Paul, I live now, not I, but Christ lives in me. Thanks again for listening. I look forward to your watching next week.